The People's Court, today at 4:30.
So, what's the news of the day?
All bad.
Doesn't any good news come over this teletype?
Oh, sure it does, but nobody wants to hear it. Everybody complains about the horrible news items, but then when we give them something cheerful, they turn the television off. They say it's too bland, and bland doesn't sell refrigerators or cars. Give them blood, give them gore, give them violence. That makes them happy.
I wonder how come.
Oh, I don't know. I wish I did. Are you through for the day?
Yeah, I just came in to say goodnight.
Okay, hon, good night. No, not good night?
I just sort of hate to leave you alone at this moment.
Why? I'm perfectly content to work here alone.
Well, maybe at this minute, but I think you've been very depressed all day.
Well, I think it's just the cumulative effect of all this bad news. Don't worry about me, please. It's just an occupational hazard.
No, it isn't. Look, you deal with the news every day, and it never, ever bothers you personally because you're too professional to let that happen.
Oh, Jody, I don't want to keep you here. I mean, Gavin's waiting for you at Sid's. Besides, Geraldine will be here soon.
Okay, then I'll wait for Geraldine. And while I'm waiting, I think that you and I should talk.
Okay. You have my undivided attention.
Look, I know that something is bothering you. After all, the tension around you here and at home is so thick you can cut it with a knife.
I didn't think it showed.
Well, maybe it doesn't show to anybody else, but come on, this is Jody talking to you. You remember me, your sister, right?
Yeah, I believe I do.
Okay, well, I'm here for you. And after all, I have to be honest. I live in that house with you and Miles, and I know what's being said and felt. And therefore, I know the reason that you're so troubled. I want to know why you won't come to me and talk with me about it.
Oh, I don't know. I don't want to burden you with my troubles.
Why not? After all, what am I here for? Nicole, you cannot go on protecting me from trouble, mine or yours. I'm not a child anymore, and I'd like to know what's going on.
I know that, honey. I'm sorry. I just forget.
Recently, I've been hearing a lot about Claremont Hospital and Miles's unhappy first marriage. Now, what's triggered all that?
Well, okay. An ex-girlfriend of Miles came looking for a job as an office nurse. And it just evoked a whole lot of unhappy memories for Miles and made him very depressed. And when he's depressed, so am I. It's just the kind of marriage I'm stuck with. I hope someday you'll be as lucky.
I hope so, too. Dr. Kavanaugh.
Yeah.
I just wanted to remind you that your last appointment will be at 8 o'clock this evening.
Right. Who is it?
Mrs. Fitzsimmons.
Mrs. Fitzsimmons. How could I forget Mrs. Fitzsimmons? It looks like I'm in for a lively exchange of cake recipes. Isn't it about time you should go home?
Yes, well, if it's all right with you, I'd rather stay and straighten up the files a bit. If everything's in order, the new nurse can take over without giving you any headaches.
All right. It's very thoughtful of you, Barbara. Thank you.
Oh, I'll take it outside. Dr. Kavanaugh's office.
It's Nora.
Yes?
Is everything set?
Yes, it is. The 8 o'clock's canceled. Mrs. Fitzsimmons won't be in.
Oh, that's a shame. But don't worry, Barbara. I'll be there instead.
The Edge of Night is brought to you by Dawn, the dishwashing liquid that takes grease out of your way, and by April Fresh Downy, America's favorite fabric softener.
Honey, you'll get chilly. Here. Oh, you washed it. I was going to do that. We share the housework.
Then how come I do the laundry?
Well, hey, where's the softness this usually has?
Oh?
He noticed you didn't use Downy. There's a big difference without the softener.
And where's that nice fresh smell?
It ought to smell fresh now. I just washed it.
You know only Downy makes your clothes smell April fresh.
Only Downy combines April freshness with skin-loving softness. Helps rinse out static cling.
Honey, this shirt feels soft again. And smells fresh.
He sure notices the difference.
You don't need me to do the laundry.
Not when it's your turn to cook.
April Fresh Downy. A noticeable improvement.
Lasagna for breakfast?
Oh, Mom.
It's a slumber party.
Okay, but you will clean up.
All that grease. Ew, gross.
No, Dawn.
Ugh, finished. Forgot a glass. You forgot it, you wash it. After that greasy pan, try it. Dawn will handle it. The water doesn't feel greasy, and neither do my hands. And this glass looks as good as the first one you washed.
Look, add half a cup of grease to Dawn dishwater. Dawn breaks up grease, takes it out of your way, helps keep it away, so dishes come out clean.
Dawn's great.
So, if lasagna's breakfast, what's dinner?
Cornflakes.
Dawn takes grease out of your way.
Raven, I'm on my way to the station if anyone should call.
Do you have to go right now?
Yes, and if I don't get a move on, I'll be late. Why?
I don't know. I was just wondering if maybe you could sit around and talk to me for a while.
But I thought you were going out. You certainly look like you are. That dress is very becoming. Just right for the bandwagon.
Well, no, I'm not going out because no one has asked me out because there isn't one decent place in Monticello to go, and therefore there's no place to go.
Tragedy strikes again.
It's not funny.
Well, it may not be hilarious, but I see no reason for your obvious self-pity. Now, do you?
It's not self-pity. I'm just mad.
Raven, in the language of the streets, knock it off. Now.
Oh, no. I'm going to have to listen to another lecture.
Yes, but this one will be mercifully short because I'm overdue at the station. Now, see here. It is absolutely absurd for you to think that you have to have a date with a man every single night of your life.
It is not. There's a lot going on out there in the world, and I want a big part of it before I'm too old to enjoy it.
Oh, don't make me laugh, Raven. You'll never grow old. You won't allow it.
Well, you're right. But what will I do tonight?
Well, let's see. It certainly wouldn't kill you to stay home alone.
It might.
Oh, that's nonsense. As a matter of fact, it might be a nice change. Everyone needs some private, quiet moments sometimes, Raven.
For what?
Tranquility, for one thing. Self-evaluation. Soul-searching, if you like. You know, it wouldn't hurt you to spend one evening communing with yourself.
Do you have any other ideas?
No, my dear, I'm afraid I don't. As for male companionship, I'm afraid you're out of luck for one time in your life. You told me yourself that Ian Devereaux has a business dinner. And I talked to Schuyler earlier in the day. He sounded really quite awful, as if he has a cold or something.
Well, now what?
Well, we may be scraping the bottom of the barrel, but why not just sit home and relax? Read a book. No, never mind that. Watch television. And if all else fails, borrow some tinker toys.
We've got to think of something else. And I think I have an idea. My friend at the Whitney Court.
Who's that?
Nora Fulton.
Oh, dear. You are dialing trouble. You know that, don't you?
Yep.
Whitney residence?
Nora?
Yes, it is.
Raven Alexander.
Yes, Miss Alexander.
Hello, I just called to ask about Mr. Whitney. I hear he's in bed.
Yes, he has a virus or something. He's spending the evening in bed.
Oh, that's too bad. Listen, Nora, I think you can do me a little favor. I want to ask you something.
WABC issued a declaratory order in 1975 in order to clarify the standard used by the commissions. See Appendix 23. Where the hell is Appendix 23? Yes?
Excuse me, Mr. Whitley.
No, now I've got to take my temperature again. Yeah, what do you want?
I'm sorry. I just wanted to know if you need anything.
Peace and quiet.
I know what you mean. Listen, I wanted to tell you that I'm going out for a little while. Gunther and Spencer here if you need anything.
Well, have a good time.
Actually, I'm not feeling too good myself. I was thinking of seeing my doctor.
Okay, you folks gonna have a cocktail?
A couple of draft beer, please.
2 draft, you got it. Okay, Sid, draw 2.
2 what?
2 beers.
Oh. Well, we don't have beer on tap, Eddie. It's only in bottles. You know that.
Oh, I know that. So give me 2 bottles. I'll put them into the glass. Who's gonna know from draft, a tap, or whatever? Oh, yeah, by the way, table 6. Give me half a tickle juice.
Half a what?
Split of champagne.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, and before I forget, table 8. Give me a hot brown sun a la.
All right. Now, just hold it, buddy. Translate, will you?
Hot brown sun. That's a hot fudge sundae. A la carte. Give me a hot fudge sundae a la carte.
Eddie, we are not running a short order joint here. This is just an old-fashioned restaurant. And if you ask for what you want in plain old home-cooked American, I think we might save a little time.
Yeah, okay, but I just want you to know that I know what I'm doing, you understand? You see, back in Buffalo, that's the lingo. You might call it the business language.
Well, this is Monticello, so help me out, will you? Call it straight.
Anything you say, sweetheart. There we are, 2 fresh drafts. Brand new cake.
Here we go. You want to wrestle with this, Jim? So you're being a little festive tonight, aren't you?
Yep.
Well, I guess you have a right to celebrate.
I'm very happy tonight.
Oh, gosh, you ought to be. You have a hit.
You know, I've been reading all of the newspapers, and there's not one bad critic in the whole thing.
Sid, the house is sold out for the next 2 weeks.
You know, it's going to take a while to turn everything from red to black, but we'll do it eventually.
Well, it sounds to me like you are rolling, kid.
Yeah, and at the top of the priorities is to pay back all of my debts, and you will be paid back first.
Well, whenever, I'm not worried about it. Anyway, business has picked up since the news got around that the big shot producer of the Whitney Theater is here.
Yeah, on the cuff, but those days are over, I hope.
Well, listen, excuse me, will you? I gotta go in the kitchen and translate for my partner.
Jim, have you given any thoughts to your other debts?
You mean Buffy? Yes, it's going to take me a long time to pay that debt back because it's big, but I will. Here's to you, Bright Eyes.
Lisa and Grandma are baking muffins. Same recipe, but 2 different pans. Later, Grandma's in an ordinary pan are stuck. Lisa's muffins flip out perfectly. The secret is out. Baker's Secret Bakeware. No sticking, no tearing with Baker's Secret. With all breads, all cakes, the secret is out. Baker's Secret.
Enter the Chef Boyardee Baker's Secret Pizza Bowl Cook-Off. $80,000 in cash and prizes.
Bannister, you got a visitor.
Thank you.
You okay?
Sure. You?
Like, how okay should I be?
Can I get you anything?
Yeah, I could do with a package of freedom right now. You know, the giant economy size, only I'd have to walk 1,000,000 miles to get it.
Look, Troy, take it easy, okay? We're doing everything we possibly can. Your trial starts officially in 2 days.
Yes, I seem to remember that.
Unfortunately, we have suffered a setback.
Well, I've had 1 or 2. I guess I can handle another one. What is it?
We lost the chance to change the plea to manslaughter. The murder 1 charge stands.
Hey, see, I get all the breaks, don't I? I mean, a real charmed life.
I'm sorry.
No, look, Dee Dee, don't look down. I know it's not your fault. Look, I am in this mess now because I am so stubborn, and if my stubbornness puts me on death row, then the way things are.
There just wasn't enough evidence to prove that Ted Loomis was sent to the studio that night to kill you. I'm sorry. We've done everything we possibly can. It's just so frustrating when you know the truth.
Yeah, it's the truth. And Loomis fired that gun the minute he could get a shot out, and he was there because good old Eddie Lorimer sent him there. I guess that's what he meant by his police protection.
What did you say?
Look, I said Loomis was...
No, never mind about that. What did you say about Eddie Lorimer and police protection?
So what?
Never mind, so what? Go on.
When Eddie gave me the assignment to put the hurt on that Jody Travis girl, he mentioned something about some police protection. I thought he was kidding.
And you have no idea what he meant about that?
I don't know.
Well, I think I know somebody who does. Guard!
Where are you going?
Look, your trial starts in 2 days. That gives me exactly 48 hours to get to the bottom of this. And I think I know where to start looking. All right.
Don't forget your promised tickets to the show.
Yeah, put up the money.
Hello, my friends. Welcome to Sid's Tavern.
Well, it isn't our very gracious host. You don't really have to go overboard, Eddie, believe me.
We're not exactly newcomers, you know.
Oh, I realize that, gentlemen, but I like to make everybody feel nice and good and comfortable, especially when we get the upper-crust clientele here like a cop and a famous stagehand. Director, yeah.
That's very big of him, wouldn't you say, Mr. Wiley?
Certainly is, Detective Stoner.
Now, listen, if we got specials tonight just made for you guys. We have ham for the stage director, and we have a blue plate special for the cop. You get a blue plate? Come on, lighten up. That's a joke.
Yeah, well, I got a joke for you, Eddie.
Oh, yeah? Lay it on me. Go ahead.
Troy Bannister's going to be on trial for murder one in a couple of days.
So what's so funny about that?
I thought you'd, you know, have a punchline or at least a comment.
You guys just aren't going to back off, are you? Look, if you're looking for a legal comment, why don't you go marry a lawyer?
Wait a minute. You're pulling this pineapple apart?
I'm buying this, and I'm not going to take it home to my family if it's not what I want.
So you're fussy about pineapple, but are you as choosy about your peanut butter?
I think so.
Let's compare. Which of these leading brands tastes more like fresh peanuts?
In my opinion, I like A better.
Well, you chose
Jif.
More women choose Jif for fresh peanut taste than any other leading brand.
I'm impressed.
Choosy mothers choose Jif.
Imagine all the chewy, gooey cookies you can bake with new 6 dozen-size Duncan Hines Cookie Mix.
Chewy, gooey, we love chewy, gooey cookies made with homemade tasting Duncan Hines Cookie Mix.
Now Duncan Hines Chocolate Chip Cookie Mix comes in a 6 dozen size, too, for twice as many chewy, gooey cookies.
Oh, we love to mix them, love to bake them, love to eat them. Duncan Hines is chewy, gooey, homemade good.
New 6 dozen-size Duncan Hines Cookie Mix.
Chewy, gooey.
Homemade good.
What one family can do to a bathroom. And it's not just the dirt. It's those bathroom germs. So I don't just clean. I cometize.
See? Comet disinfects as it cleans, so it wipes away the dirt and the germs.
That's cometized. Comet even kills up to 99% of toilet bowl germs. That's cometized.
Comet with Chloranol. So effective, nothing cleans and disinfects bathrooms better.
So don't just clean your bathroom. Cometize.
Oh. Yeah.
Never fear helps here.
What are you doing here?
I'm your local nurse, and I'm here to make you feel better.
Well, for a moment there, I thought that I might get better.
My, this looks very serious. Now, stick out that tongue. Come on, stick it up. Oh, that looks very good. Put that thing back in your mouth.
How'd you get in here?
So, how's your temperature?
It's rising every moment.
Hey, that's what I thought.
I asked how you got in here.
Well, the door was ajar downstairs, and I didn't want to disturb anybody.
With Nora again.
Don't talk. It's not good for you.
Yeah, you think you know what's good for me, huh?
Mm-hmm. I certainly do. Me. Now, I'm here to make you feel better.
People have died with less provocation than this.
You're not going to die, especially after my special prescription.
What's that?
Chicken soup.
Chicken soup? Oh, you made chicken soup? Oh, that is funny. That is to laugh. You made chicken
Are
soup?
you kidding? I got this in a restaurant. Now, open your mouth. Come on. Drink.
Don't get too close. I've got germs.
So?
Okay. Are you afraid?
No.
So, this Tammy Dryden has asked Miles for a job recently, huh?
Yes, she used to be one of the nurses at Claremont. I mean, Miles has been quite truthful and candid about her. But, I mean, all that was so long ago. It really has nothing to do with now, at least not for Miles or me.
I know. But still, I can't blame you for the way you feel. After all, I don't like to hear about Martine Duval from Gavin or about any other woman he used to know.
I know it. It is just so ridiculous to be jealous. Oh, it's a waste of time.
Yeah, maybe it is, but still, you can't help the way you feel.
I know it. And I have to admit, it is a little bit upsetting to be told that your husband used to sleep around. I mean, of course, he admitted to me that his life while he was at Claremont was a bit abandoned.
Okay, well, then there you go. There has to be a very good explanation for this. From what you tell me, his life with Denise was just miserable. So he's probably looking for some happiness, and that's a natural thing to happen.
Yeah, I know. Denise made his life hell. And I guess in order to save his sanity, he had to go looking around. I mean, who can blame him? Who can blame any other woman, for that matter? He certainly is attractive enough to be a target for some lonely woman. And as I gather, there were quite a number of lonely women.
Okay, let's change this subject, okay?
Let's do. As Miles said, that is all ancient history. And that's all over with now, thank heavens.
Here's the file on Mr. Blair, Doctor. You said you wanted to review
Thank you, yes. Where's Mrs. Fitzsimmons, whether it's after 8 o'clock? She's usually so punctual.
Well, yes, I thought it was rather odd. So I just called her to confirm her appointment. Poor thing. She thought it was for the same time next week. Can you imagine? She really seemed very confused about the whole
Well, it's not the first time she's gotten things turned around. All right, just go over this file and then I'll call it a night.
Please help me. Oh, I feel awful. I feel like I'm dying. I'm sorry. I was at a restaurant. This is the nearest place I could come. Oh, this pain is horrible.
There's only one toilet bowl clean enough for my family. That's a bowl that's Vanish clean. And for me, there's only one way to get it. My brush and Crystal Vanish. Crystal Vanish is specially formulated to disinfect. Not all bowl cleaners disinfect. And Vanish kills germs that cause odors, removes tough stains, and cleans completely under the rim. Now that's about as clean as you can get. That's Vanish clean. For my family, it's not clean. Unless it's Vanish clean.
Honey, your parents are due any minute, and look at your greasy mess.
Relax. They're always late.
No.
Get me something fast.
Here, 409 work fast before you start to wipe.
409 special grease dissolvers cut through grease fast.
Coming.
409 so effective it starts to work before you start to wipe.
Oh, everything's so clean and shiny. Where do you find the time?
Formula 409. It starts to work before you start to wipe. And now save money with our new replacement bottle.
On General Hospital.
Do you want any more wine?
No, not at the moment.
Blackie gets a lesson in romance.
Must be doing something right.
And learns a lot about love. General Hospital.
Better go. You're going to keep Gavin waiting, and then he's going to blame me.
Oh, he won't mind waiting.
You're awfully sure of yourself.
No, I'm not really.
All right, there's Geraldine. So, my good Samaritan, you can go now.
Okay. Hey, take my advice. And don't think about the past. Just think about what you have right now and how good it is.
Yeah, okay.
Good night.
Good night.
Nora, you can get dressed. You do not have a fever. That's very good news. I'll get your blood to the laboratory first thing in the morning. If you still feel the same way, we're going to get you to the hospital, get you some GI surgery.
No! Get away from me, you monster! Don't you dare come near me again! Help me, please! For God's sake, get the police! This man trying to attack me!
Go ahead. Go ahead. Compare Sara Lee All Butter Pound Cake to anybody else's. Buttery. Moist. Fresh.
Compare? If you ask me, nothing tastes like Sara Lee.
Nobody doesn't like Sara Lee.
What has caused Farrah and Lee's love to bloom again? Inquiring minds want to know.
I want to know.
Is this Latin lover next in line to marry Liz Taylor? This week's National Enquirer tells you what secrets shared by millionaires can make you rich. How will video games of the future turn your fantasies into reality?
It's in the Enquirer.
Does the story behind David Soul's wife-beating arrest reveal a Jekyll and Hyde monster? Find out in the Enquirer. Over 100 features for people with inquiring minds.
Like me.
Tonight, a Vice Squad cop gets the wrong idea when Janet and Terry try to drum up business for Jack's new restaurant on Three's Company. Then the girls don't know how to break the news to their boss when they spot his two-timing wife having a romantic dinner with another man on 9 to 5. After, Jonathan winds up in a duel to the death with a madman who thinks that Jennifer holds the key to his fantasies on Heart to Heart. Join us tonight on ABC.
Tonight on ABC's World News Tonight, can new competition with money market funds save America's savings and loans? Dan Courts reports on the government's effort to rescue these ailing institutions from their worst year in history. ABC News, uniquely qualified to bring you the world.
College football rivalries heat up this time of year. But what fuels the competition? Find out in the new issue of TV Guide.
This is Stormfield. Coming up for you on the 5 o'clock Eyewitness News, police search for someone who has been terrorizing an area community. We'll also have a complete report on that, and we'll have this for you.
The village of Scarsdale may be rich and problem-free, but there's a menace here. I'm John Buchan. I'll have the story.
Also, help for those who want to quit smoking, toys that teach, and our Eyewitness News special report.
For a person like this.
Absolutely not.
Do you want them dead?
Watch New York's Best at 5.
And do you want them dead at 6? Tonight on Eyewitness News.